As we know previously that cold air aloft is normally associated with low height and warm air aloft with associated with high height. So on the upper air chart representing the northern hemisphere, the contour line, we call it isobar, usually decrease in value from south to north because the air is typically warmer to the south and typically colder to the north. The line we are talking about, however, those lines are not straight, they bend and turn. And that bending and turning lines indicating ridge that we call it elongated high. In the ridge where the air is warm and indicating depression. So on the other hand, the trough that elongated low where the air is cold. So in the figure, in the left figure, we see the wave-like pattern of the isobaric surface reflects the change in air temperature. So an elongated region of warm air aloft shows up on an isobaric map as high height, and a ridge, the colder air, shows as low height and a trough. So high height and warm situation is ridge and elongated, and cold air with lower height is trough. On the right side of this slide is telling us the change in elevation of an isobaric surface 500 millibar, and this is showing us that a contour line on an isobaric map where the isobaric surface dip most rapidly. The contour lines are close together on the 500 millibar maps. So in the next figure is a simplified surface map that shows area of high and low pressure, and the arrow in this map indicates the wind direction, the direction from which the wind is blowing. The large blue H on the map indicates the center of high pressure, which is also called anticyclone, and the large L represents center of the low pressure, also known as depression or mid-latitude cyclonic storm. This we call mid-latitude cyclonic storm because they form in the middle latitude, so outside the tropic region. The solid dark line are isobar with unit in millibars. So if you look at that surface, wind tend to blow across the isobar towards the region of the lower pressure. In fact, as we briefly observe, that's in the northern hemisphere, wind blow counterclockwise, and we know that the inward towards the center of the low and clockwise and outward from the center of the high in the northern hemisphere. So figure shows simplify the isobaric map, and to the same day we can say that the arrow on 500 millibar map wind direction, unlike the surface wind that cross the isobar in some part, the wind on this chart tend to flow parallel to the contour line in a wavy west to east direction. So in other places, I explained large elaborately about trough and ridge and also weather maps, so you will understand that.